I brought the Z.
I'm Jerry right now.
I got you.
Oh, in a different spot.
La-di-da.
It's for your
Dude,
recording.
look.
What?
PE.
You didn't go up to the head. What did you do yesterday?
Oh,
My phone was fired.
Wait, what's your phone?
You know, one pitch, red pitch. I did that, but I said it
Baby
so
shark,
fast.
Me too. We sat in the house a lot. I saw the
It's not recording.
Yes, it is.
Hi.
You ready? Oh my gosh! It's like this. Okay. Look, should I just go right in?
Stop. It's gonna fit your belt.
Yeah. Here we go.
That's horrible.
Hi. What do you do?
Guess what I brought for lunch?
Oh my God.
What'd you bring? Ramen.
Ramen noodles.
Ramen noodles.
Ramen noodles.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
Ramen
you're
noodles. Video. Oh my God, I'm recording the whole time. Oh yeah. I put it in. Dang it. Come on, girl.
All right, guys. So here's the plan for today. We're going to grade the assignment from yesterday. So make sure you guys have that done. I've got a few over here in the basket. So I'll get those passed back out to you guys. And then good things, Caleb, that's your group today. So you guys are on deck for good things. And then, like I said, we're going to grade the assignment. And then we have the chapter review that we are going to do. And then if you didn't get one yesterday, or you lost yours or whatever, there are extra study guides up here at the front. Those are not due, so I'm not going to take those for a grade. But if you would like one, I highly suggest grabbing one. They're going to be very useful. So go ahead and get your assignments out, and we'll get attendance taken care of here in a moment, and then we'll get started. So. All right, guys, make sure you have the Mary Boykin Chestnut and the Frederick Douglass thing stapled to your Explore page. So, I'll get those taken care of here in a moment. So to get attendance going, we'll go from there. right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. So, good things. Caleb, what do you have for us?
I went to the eye doctor this morning and my eyesight didn't get worse.
It didn't get worse? Excellent. So you have to get new glasses or?
Just a few friends, but the same lenses.
Very cool, very cool. Awesome. Oh, glad your eyes are not getting worse. All right, 1, 2. Anna,
I'm going to the movies tonight.
movies tonight? What are you gonna go see?
Either 5 Feet Apart or Us.
Us? All right, very cool. My sister actually went and saw 5 Feet Apart. And said, oh, you've already seen it? Okay. I see. She said it was a good movie. Well, have fun. 1, 2. Come on, guys. 1, 2. There we go. Lily?
Tomorrow I'm going shopping with a friend at a funeral.
Very cool. You guys gonna shop for anything special or just shopping?
Yeah, we're shopping for a
Birthday present? Very cool. Have fun. 1, 2. All right, guys. So go and put your Explore page in the middle, and I will come around and grab those here in a moment. And go ahead and get out your assignments, and then we will get started grading those right here now. Right. Yes, since you were gone yesterday, you don't have this, so go ahead. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. So, make sure you got your assignment out. And then, question 1A. What different types of work were done by slaves on plantations? So, question 1A. The different jobs that slaves did on plantations were field work. So if they put field work, that's fine. Or put like harvesting crops, that would also work. And then you got your butlers, cooks, blacksmiths, and carpenters. Also, if they put nurses, that works as well. So they have to put 3 jobs and restate the question for 4 points. So, all right, let's go ahead and we'll move on. So, question 1B. Do you think skilled slaves had an advantage over other slaves? Why or why not? So, I do believe that skilled slaves had an advantage. And my reason was, I said, this is because it is possible for skilled slaves to buy their freedom. Because remember, the skilled slaves, sometimes their masters would allow them to go out to other plantations and do their skill, build something with being carpenters, or make something since they're black, or as a blacksmith, something like that. Now, if they said that they do not believe that skilled slaves had an advantage, make sure they give a reason that's not just because I said so or that just because. They have to have an actual reason that supports their answer. You get 4 points. All right. Question 2A. What were living conditions like for most slaves? So, living conditions for most slaves were that they lived in dirt floor cabins with leaky roofs. They had small yearly clothing allowances, small monthly food allowances. They were beaten, or they also could put whipped, and they were punished if they did not obey rules and laws. So, 5 points. I'd add those things, and 5 points. Because remember, that's what we saw in the Frederick Douglass reading. So that's where a lot of the answers come from. So. So, move on. Question 2B. In what different ways did slaveholders encourage obedience from their slaves? So, slaveholders encouraged obedience from their slaves by offering better food, better living conditions, beating, whipping, or making deals. So, like we said, we talked about Roots the other day, how the slave owner there, he made a deal with them saying, if you do what I say, if you follow my rules, follow my laws, you can live out your life here on the plantation, and you don't have to worry about being sold, and your family will never be separated. So they have to have 3 different ways that they encourage slaves to follow the rules, and restate the question for 4 points. Does anyone need any clarification for that one? All right, on to the next one. So, question 3A. What was the purpose of African American folk tales? So, the purpose of African American folk tales or slave folk tales were to help the slaves survive under slaveholders and allow them to pass down their heritage. As they had they had African themes to them, so they would pass on their heritage that way. 3 points. All right, and the last one. What was the outcome of Nat Turner's rebellion? So, the outcome of Nat Turner's rebellion was that more than 100 innocent slaves died. States strengthened their slave codes, and they also could have put, we had someone ask in the second hour, the 60 white people died as well. So, they have to have two ways, or 2 results, and restate the question for 3 points. It's out of 23 points. So, number right out of 23 at the top, and the back. All right, guys, so, like I said, put the number right out of 23 at the top, and then hand them back. And then we are going to, and I will come around and collect those here in a moment. And then we will